Cuz hold the
What's
fuck up.
going on?
Welcome the fuck back.
Welcome back, bitches.
To episode 96.
No, 6, nigga.
Of the Mr. Know-It-All podcast.
Yep.
I am your host, Mr. Know-It-All.
That's true.
A.K.A. Keith Saunders, B.K.A. Michael Voorhees, and A.K.A. Haiku. Well, if you want to be rapper about it.
Spit that dope gangster shit, you dig?
Andre 3000.
Uh-huh.
Jay-Z.
Uh-huh.
Busta.
Uh-huh.
Eminem.
Uh-huh.
Nas.
Uh-huh. But you gotta say his name.
Find me a viable versus contender.
You gotta say. Yeah, I know. I seen that. You gotta say his name. You know the reason why you gotta say his name? Because I'm tagging that nigga in every episode that we do from now on.
Dylan.
You gotta fucking drop a bomb for the nigga.
Everybody want to know why I said those names. Those are 5 of my favorite rappers.
I'm glad you got a top 5 favorites. I'm glad it wasn't like MC Shan, Kumo D, Kool Herc, and all them niggas.
Kool Herc was before my time. Thank you very much.
Kool Herc was not before your time.
Kool Herc was way before my time.
Kelly,
Kool Herc came out when I was fucking born.
You say something every week to make me believe the Kool Herc was not before your fucking time. Honestly. You get honestly, for real. You danced to Kool Herc at your 5th birthday party.
Fuck you.
And to my right.
Kool Herc is 66 fucking years old.
So is Michael Myers. Nobody really saying nothing about that, though. To my right.
Kool Herc is called the father of hip hop, which means the
Listen,
shit was before my time.
And Michael Myers is the father of axe murdering. To my right.
I can't stand you.
To my right. The mouth of the South.
so much.
Fuckers up, fuckers popping, Crowny side, all that shit.
Yo, what's going on, people? How y'all doing?
Yep.
It's Mr. Rough Rider.
Uh-huh.
Rough or Dot Rider.
Yep.
DJ Ruffy Hendrix.
Uh-huh.
The General. Man, I'm king, man.
Boom.
that shit.
Man,
I'm
drop a
king,
fuck,ing
man.
bomb just because you said some shit.
I said 1973. I wasn't even here. Thank you very much.
All right, Kelly. Okay. All right. I believe you.
I'm in the building.
And to my left, trying to prove to me that her and Kool Herc was not born in the same year. Or
He's
He
a
didn't-
couple of years younger than my mother.
he didn't spin it at your at the baby shower for you. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You was around.
Whatever. My name is Kellie.
Uh-huh.
Q.
Right.
That boy mama.
Uh-huh.
That boy proud mama.
Yep.
The diva.
When is that?
Right now.
At all
Right.
times. All time.
Right now I got attitude.
Brand new paychecks and shit. 2 McGriddles in the morning, all that shit. Flip it, fix it, know it, grow it. I don't know why I said that.
Tear it, sew it.
Yo,
I don't know.
what's happening?
Y'all know how to do.
Let me give a shout out to all the peoples, man. Shout out to the
peoples.
Spotify listeners, the Apple Podcast listeners, the Google Podcast listeners, the Stitcher listeners, the SoundCloud listeners, the Anchor listeners, home team,
holding us down.
and the YouTube and Patreon viewers. New and old, because we got a lot of new viewers.
Old and
Welcome. If you decide this, we're going to listen, fuck what I say, we out here.
Hey.
Get with us on IG at Mr_Know-It-All_pod. The Facebook fan page, Mr. Know-It-All Podcast fan page, and please send us all your fuckery, duckery, and schmuckery over to the Gmail account at MrKnowItAllPod at gmail.com. That's MrKnowItAllPod at gmail.com. Also, can't forget the Patreon, www.patreon.com/MrKnowItAllPod. Yep. We in the mix, like tricks. You know, don't all those fruity cereals, ain't they all the same flavor? They all taste the same? No, Apple Jack's the one that ain't got no different flavors. No, Fruit Loops is the one that ain't got no different flavors. You notice that Fruit Loops ain't got no different flavors? They all the same
There's
shit?
different colors.
There's different colors? That's some bullshit.
Guess what?
So what's
I'm still
Apple
eating.
Jacks is my shit, though.
Fruit Loops
I'm
is the shit.
going to still eat mine.
I ain't had Fruit Loops in
There's
years.
nothing aptly about an Apple Jack.
Nah, they do take it's apple and cinnamon. I like Apple Jacks.
Apple cinnamon Cheerios tastes more like apple cinnamon.
Apple Jacks and Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios is the shit.
That's like a go-to. It's
Honey
a
Nut Cheerios is just something
You can mix them with any other cereal.
You
And it's
can
still
eat it with
banging.
milk. You get just eat it as a snack. It's,
All right,
it's
so
an awesome thing.
it's just gonna sound weird. Where's
Lord,
the
here
nut
we
in the
go.
Cheerio?
Honey nut.
Pause.
It's a honey
But
nut.
where's the nut?
He's reaching.
Where is the
and
nut?
you're trying to help him. He's
It's
reaching.
a honey nut. That is what it's made from.
What's a honey?
nut.
What's a honey nut?
I don't know.
Have you seen a honey nut before?
I seen my honey nut
No,
before.
you put honey on some nuts before.
Hey, I put some honey on
No,
my
I
nuts.
said I seen my honey nut.
You seen your honey's nuts before, yeah.
I seen my honey nut before.
Oh wow, that was like a triple entendre. You get it? Don't ask me how. She said to see my honey nut before and my honey's nuts before.
Well, he had my.
I didn't
my
say that. You
honey
said it.
had-
I just
While he
said
was-
my honey had honey on his nuts.
That's why he was eating honey nut Cheerios. But nobody will be able to answer that because I've never heard of what a honey nut is. But I guess it's supposed to be nuts and honey in the Cheerio.
Yeah.
Cheerios ain't got no nuts in them. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Yeah, see. Check this out. We always start off the show with a useless fact. And the reason why we've been going a little bit of goofy so far is because there's going to be certain areas in this podcast where we get a little serious.
Oh fuck!
Just a little bit. We got to.
Serious?
You know the reason why I can't bring up shit without bringing up shit. And here's the deal. Shout out to Tyreek
What the
Chappelle. I
fuck
see y'all
did
about to start
that
your game.
even
Huh?
What the fuck did that even
I can't
mean?
bring up shit without bringing up shit. The reason why
Well, he
is
gotta
that
bring he gotta bring up something.
I have to. The useless or the useful fact is that it's about to take an ugly turn.
Motherfucker.
I didn't know that prop guns were also lethal.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yes,
about.
they
I know
are.
what you're talking about.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
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 When did
Well,
prop
why
guns
can
become
you
lethal?
not? I mean,
Because it's still the power of a gun.
No.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you exactly why.
Why? Tell me why. Please inform me because I'm lost.
2 letters. BL. He had the same initials as his father.
Yep.
What?
That should BL.
Bruce
His
Lee.
father.
Bruce Lee and
Brandon.
Bruce and Brandon.
Bruce Lee. Well, first and
I
foremost,
said
let's see. All right, Brandon Lee. People thought that Bruce got shot. Bruce didn't get shot. Bruce
wasn't
Bruce had an aneurysm.
Yeah, Bruce had aneurysm. I'm talking about Brandon.
Brandon Lee got shot on what you call it, the Crow, because he accidentally loaded a live round into the situation.
Instead of
I guess it's this a whole lot of like what's going on with Alec Baldwin. Matter of fact, let's just go straight to current events.
See, I was ready for that one.
Yep. Alec Baldwin accidentally kills the director of cinematography and shoots the director of the film that he was on with the same bullet.
No charges have been filed yet.
No charges been filed yet. First and foremost, all right, 2 things. And then we can open the floor and just talk about this for a second. He shot her. I don't even know. Was it an accident or not an accident? I don't really
Totally
know.
accident.
Yeah, it's an accident, right? But the thing is that this prop gun's bullet went through this woman and then came out of her and hit somebody else and wounded them as well. Mm-hmm. Was this a fucking prop gun or was this a gun? Because to me, it sounds like a gun.
This sounds like Wanted. Remember that movie Wanted? Curving
Yeah,
Bullets?
like curving, but no, don't get me wrong, because you listen, hey, look, we already know about the grassy knoll. We heard what happened with Kennedy and shit like that, and you know what I mean, it hitting the governor of Texas and all that other shit. So it can happen. But my thing is that this is a prop gun. A prop gun. Not even supposed to be actual bullet, live ammunitions in the prop gun.
Yeah. He
How
was
the fuck
told
does this happen?
that the gun was the actor was told a gun being used as a prop was safe before he fired it on the set.
They actually said cold gun to him, which
Cold gun.
means that the gun is fine, it's safe, it'll do everything it's supposed to do. It's just not able to shoot. And it said it had 1 live round in the chamber. See, here's the thing that I think that on the set of movies, there's over 1,000 people that make movies go. Like movies like Endgame, it's probably like 10,000 people on the set that's making the shit rock. If you don't
It's a
think
lot
that
of
you
things
have
going
some
on.
sort of homicidal fucking maniac that love to see the world burn on that side, because think about it like this. Who gets into movies to want to be the behind the scenes person? I be thinking that too. I be thinking that there are a lot of people who get these jobs. Well, you know,
That
You
was
wouldn't
one
mind.
thing I always said, like, I want to be I want to be rich,
Right.
but I don't want to be famous.
All right, but think about the people that wanted to be
and
rich.
I love behind the scenes shit.
Think about the people that want to be rich, want to be famous, and are not able to be in front of the camera, but chose to master their craft behind the camera. There are certain people who cannot deal with that type of. They have animosity towards the people that are in front of the camera. So every once in a while, somebody might do something to fuck something up. This just happens. To me, it's just weird that we start talking about a single live round and a prop gun. Again.
For two people.
This is not the first time it's happened.
So it says the assistant director did not know live rounds were in a prop gun.
Right.
My question before I even read the rest of this. We're on a movie set.
Right.
Why are there live rounds anywhere on this set?
See, the problem is, and I'm going to tell you why. Can I tell you why? When you're shooting at inanimate objects in a movie, you have to give the actual effect.
Okay. Because this is a movie.
Right.
And yes, you have to have certain actual effects.
Right.
When you have a live round, live gun on set, then everybody shouldn't be there.
That's very true. That's very true.
You know?
But
because if you or first of all, if the assistant director didn't know, and the director and the assistant director should probably know everything.
That's true too.
Okay. Why were they there? There are times where, yes, Alec Baldwin is going to be shooting at people in this movie.
Right.
And when you're on the actual movie set, because they're going to dub the sound anyway, just like you have to go redo our sound.
Absolutely.
Whatever. They're going to overdo the sound anyway. So you're going to use that pop gun sound when you record it.
Right.
So you
absolutely.
don't actually need that sound there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just need the visual.
Yeah.
So why, once again, are the live rounds
you can't because you
on
can't.
the set?
Unfortunately, you can't get the effect without getting the entire effect. You can't mute.
I mean, the
screen.
prop.
Like it's just one of those
Here's
things.
the
It has
thing:
to happen.
prop guns still have the power of a regular gun.
Why?
Here's the thing.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know, but they do. So that still gives them the effect when they shoot it and pull it. But you don't need.
Right. Anybody remember Time Cop? Remember Time Cop before you even say something? Remember Time Cop?
No,
the arcade game?
Yeah.
You said, excuse me?
You said what?
No, not Time Cop. Time Crisis. I'm sorry. The arcade game.
No,
Time
I don't
Crisis.
know that either. It's before
all
my
right.
time.
No, it's definitely not before your time. Definitely not before your time. Mrs. Pac-Man. Definitely not before your time.
Everything is before my time.
So anyway, you would go in there, and there were two games that everybody was dumping money into back in the arcade, back in the early, mid-90s, 95, 96. It was 94, 95, 96. It was
Jam.
No. I'm talking about first person games. It was House of the Dead. Remember that shit? Yeah. And it was Time Crisis. Time Crisis had a gun, and everybody wanted to play it. And when you would shoot it, it would go back every time. Remember that, John? That's what I'm talking about. So if we could do this shit in a fucking arcade game in the middle of Hershey Park, why the fuck couldn't we do the shit? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we do shit like that for actual movies? You mean to tell me you got to get it to, you have to, a prop gun is a gun. So therefore you're telling me, okay, boom, you're giving me this prop gun, a shape that does everything the other gun does. It's just not given the same capabilities. And that shit just sounds like an accident waiting to happen. I mean, people don't get the guns mixed up. This is fucking nuts to me, man. It's crazy and it's sad. It's sad that has to happen. And he had to call the lady's husband to let him know what happened. I accidentally shot your wife and killed her.
And the crazy thing is, what I just read is that the movie that he's shooting, which is called Rust, is about an accidental shooting.
Get the fuck out of here. And from what I hear is that they said that gun was having problems on the set. Going off by itself. It's fucked up,
Going off by itself.
Yeah, it was saying that that's another thing. You know, like, you know, first and foremost, you know that if the firing pin is dull, these motherfuckers go off. So that makes me believe that prop guns are one real clip away from being real guns. So there's nothing prop about it.
If the motherfucker killed somebody,
it's a gun.
It's a gun. There's no prop about it. The prop part, like,
scratch that shit the fuck out. Like, what the hell is going on, man? But no, really, that's what happened. And it sucks, and I feel so bad for them. Like that is crazy.
Impressive family.
Yeah, how about it? She got a son and a husband, and it's fucked up.
She was
man.
a director of photography.
Should Alec Baldwin go to jail?
No.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I mean, in certain states they would lock him up. I mean, this was in New Mexico, and they were doing a Hollywood thing. It sucks, man. Accidents are fucking trash. It's trash, but at the end of the day, it's so hard to say that because there might be somebody there that was being vindictive. Then put that bullet in that gun. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if they do, if it is, I hope they find him. Speaking of find, the FBI allegedly have found the remains of Bryan Laundry.
Yeah, I heard that.
But they said, you believe that? You don't believe that shit? A lot of people don't believe that shit. A lot of people think that's bullshit.
When they found said bones,
Right.
I was like, they're going to say it's him.
Right.
I was like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
But then
I was like, I've watched too much true crime shit in my life.
Right.
I'm skeptical about every fucking thing. And I'm just like,
There.
somehow you got your dental records. You killed somebody. Because if...
Well, they said half the skull was missing. They said, but
So they
it's
just
the
found
alligator
they just
bit.
found this woman's body. Now, I don't know all the details about them finding baby girl's body.
Right.
But I don't remember them talking about anything about how far her body had decomposed.
That's true.
So, unless she killed him
Right.
and then she died,
Wow.
because in my head, that would be the only reason why
But she couldn't have
you
killed him.
have so much.
She was dead. They found her when he was alive. So that didn't happen.
Right.
So
now he's dead. Half a skull.
Right.
How he decompose so fast?
They said the water. They said the water that he was, because the water wherever he killed himself, they said it's submerged, and by it being submerged, that the water
It sped up.
It speeds up the decomposition, and also that animals ate his flesh and his bones and shit.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I know it do sound good on paper. It's just,
Because
yeah.
I'm just saying,
See, you know what fucks
it
me up?
just doesn't feel like
You know what's crazy to me, right?
enough.
You know what's crazy to me? When they start talking about dental records.
Yes.
Yeah. See, the thing is that, so let me get this straight. You found half his skull with all his teeth. You know what I'm saying? You found half his skull with all his teeth. And not only that, let's talk about the fact that we talk about dental records. When is the last time you think these two motherfuckers went to the dentist? Not only that, because they were doing a docu-series into which they lived on the fucking road. Where do you get dental records from, my nigga? What do you know who his dentist was? And if he gets a dental record, who you getting it from? His parents or whatnot? Come on, man. It's so many changes that can be happening.
Certain shit you can get easy.
Where can you get a nigga dental records from that are up to date? If let's just say,
I'm not saying it. Most of the time when they're getting in dental records, they're not necessarily up to date unless the person has been.
So how do you
But
identify?
Just as easily to get the dental records is having a person's name and their fucking social security number, yo.
But how do you
identify? You have to think about it. Every time you go to the doctors,
Right.
every time we go to the doctors, we sign paperwork.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, usually our insurance is involved. So it all tied in, and guess what it all has? Our name, our address, our social security number, which is basically our tracking weight, our serial numbers. And so to get those records, whether they're up to date, no. Depends on how recently that person, they've been to the motherfucking dentist.
Yeah.
But the same token,
But your bite is super different.
Yeah,
like
everyone's bite is
everyone's bite is like a fingerprint. So even if the last time he went to the doctors,
he could have lost 4 teeth by
at
then.
18 years old. At 18, he has his adult teeth. So at 28,
I understand what you guys are saying. I really do. But I also do know that without flesh, your jaw does not hang on to the rest of your skull. And the
Your
one
teeth
thing,
stay in.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
your teeth stay in.
Yes, you do.
no. You missed what I said.
You said without flesh.
Without flesh.
Your jaw doesn't hang on to the rest
Without
of your skull.
flesh.
Yes, it does.
Without flesh, without tendons, without all the shit. When you decompose, your jaw and your bottom jaw and your top jaw disconnect. So
your top is automatically connected. It's your
Right,
bottom
but your
that
jaw
releases.
and your teeth
but it's,
are
they're not,
connected.
but they're not connected by bone. They're connected by cartilage and muscle.
That's
That
just for the bottom. That's for the
right.
bottom.
But you can't get a full-fledged dental impression with that. That's why you ain't never heard of even they even say it in movies. When you rip off somebody's bottom jaw, it's hard to tell who they are because you have to match the impression with a bite. You can't have a bite without the top and the bottom.
Needless to say, I don't believe it's him.
I don't believe it's him either. But at the end of the day,
I don't give a damn if it's him.
That's what oh, shit.
You know, seriously, for her family, I
hate to
wanted
sound like
them
that,
to find him alive, but I knew they were never gonna find him alive.
So what do you think his country of choice is? Mexico? Nah.
Somewhere non-extradition.
He in the woods somewhere. He's still right in the country.
I mean, if he's left the country, he's going to somewhere where he can't.
Can't find him.
You can't be forced to come back.
I hear that. Well, prayers to the family. That's fucked up.
Fuck you, nigga.
Yeah. Kyrie. We didn't even talk about this last week. We should have talked about it last week. We should have talked about it. What do you think about Kyrie's stance on this whole thing?
I respect it.
Is what it is.
Yeah, I honestly think I respect Kyrie for standing true to what he believes in. Whatever hill you choose to die on, that's your hill. As long as you claim the hill, you place the flag, that's the hill you want to die on. And if you feel as if that's what it is, I don't appreciate everybody calling him stupid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kyrie is a flat earther. You can call him stupid for that. But, I mean, anything else.
What do you mean he's a flat
That nigga's a flat earther. He believes the earth is flat. He believes there's a dome around a flat planet. So, yeah, let that be what it be. But at the end of the day, you can believe whatever it is that you want to believe. See, my thing is that I would say it's a racist thing, but it's not a racist thing because it's white people and black people that's calling them stupid. And my thing is that all in all, look, you can't shit on nobody for what they believe. Whatever he believes is what he believes. The reason I think him not getting paid is what's fucking with everybody. And when you start bringing money into situations, that is what it is. Ben Simmons, for instance.
Bye, nigga.
Ben Simmons. Ben motherfucking Simmons.
Could you go home?
So Ben Simmons now, folks, is now throwing the mental health card in the ring. Did you hear about this shit today?
No.
So he had a meeting with the team where he addressed the team. And he talked about he didn't feel like he was mentally capable of rejoining the team in the capacity that he did before right now. Oh, this nigga is charging him up. Shout out to Rich Paul and shout out to LeBron James and shout out to everybody at Clutch Sports for coming up with the game plan. If you ever want to know the game plan to get rid of a team that just signs you to a motherfucking a super max deal, they got the formula for you. They got the formula for you. This nigga got a cell phone in his pocket. Who the fuck has a cell phone at practice? Who has a cell phone in his pocket? So you want to get caught, right? So let's start that. Then you didn't want to listen to Doc Rivers. He kicks you out of practice. You say fucking him out. You leave.
Yo, did you see the meme video? They used the joint from Coach Carter.
Oh, yeah, Coach Carter. I see that. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So he kicks you out the joint. So now you sitting there. You missed the first game. You missed the second game. And then now you addressing the team with a mental health strain. You have something going on with you. Dog, Sixers, if you ain't did nothing else, you're like, eat this fucking contract and get this nigga out of here. Send him anywhere you want to.
I think even B was just like this. Yo.
Just let him go.
No.
Because at first he was like,
game, he was, respect our
and
brother.
B at first was okay with him, like, let him go do what he got to do. He's still our brother and whatever.
Right.
After the first game, he was like,
I don't care anymore.
I don't care anymore.
Right.
Let him go.
Because you got basketball to fucking play. These niggas was up by 14 points on the fucking Nets last night and blew that lead and lost by 5. I'm pissed. I'm like, nobody fucking cares. I don't care what Ben Simmons decides that he wants to do.
Bye.
If your heart ain't in playing here, nigga, don't play here. That's fine. Nobody has to convince you to be somewhere you don't want to be. You want to be in L.A., sit on a bench, and then maybe LeBron will pick you up by the time that Bronny is able to come there. So to be you and Bronny and LeBron playing on the same team, and y'all have all the fucking wishes that you want to. Happy, joy. That's great. But at the end of the day, man, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Grow the fuck up, Ben Simmons.
He won't. He won't, though.
I'm sorry to say, my
He
guy.
can't even sit in the barbershop and talk shit at the barbershop from what I'm told. So
no, he probably can't. And we met.
I had somebody was in the barbershop with him. It's yo. He's like totally unimpressed with this dude.
He's a different type of fucking guy. You have to understand he's a different type of person.
Where is he from? Because he's not from America,
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, no. Because they're American, overprivileged ass.
Yeah, but is he you say he's from Australia. Is that where he was born and raised?
Yes.
All right, so he's not raised like.
But his dad, all right, so his dad was an Australian basketball player. Brett Brown used to be his coach. Okay. And here's the his dad was a great basketball player. They were pretty well off over there. They made good money over in the Australian league, blah, blah, blah. He grew up with a silver spoon, and he also was fucking taller than everybody and better than everybody at basketball. And he did his thing, and he was the fucking man, and he became the first round draft pick he was the highest recruited. Meaning that if you're from Australia and you're the highest recruited scout during the year before you go to the league, that means you're probably the best in the world that they see. So then you come over here, you go to LSU, and you win 15 games for them. You don't even get them in the fucking tournament because that's not your MO. Nobody really cares. Nobody looks at that. You become the number one fucking draft pick. You come here, and the same woes that you had before are the same woes you have now. You are petrified. You a little boy. And the reason why you a little boy is because nobody ever
made you grow up.
Told you no. Nobody told you no. Nobody let you fail. They didn't. They didn't tell him no. They didn't let him fail. He is who he is, and he's always gonna be who he is, dog. So when you're afraid, and nobody ever lets you fall on your face.
Scared to come outside.
Yeah, no, he's afraid to shoot a jump shot because he's afraid that people would think. So he's afraid that people would think if he fails. He'll fuck something up. He'll sabotage himself. You know what I'm saying? But at least he can say he didn't fail.
Like he's scared.
At least he can say it's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
But when you're sabotaging yourself, you're failing yourself, dickweed.
He doesn't understand that portion of it. It doesn't compute with him. It doesn't compute with him. He'd rather quit than take the loss. That's how it works. When you turn around and you don't dunk on the nigga that's 6 inches shorter than you because you don't want to get fouled in order to go up 1 point in the game, you're a fucking weirdo. You're afraid. That's like a nigga that the nigga that was gonna fight in that boxing match or whatnot got in the nigga face or whatnot, and then turned around and said nope and stepped out the ring. It's bullshit. At least the niggas that Tyson knocked out got in the ring and was like, listen, I'm gonna take this L, you know what I'm saying, the way that I'm gonna take it. But it's all bullshit. It's unfortunate, man. He actually needs a therapist. He needs a big time therapist because that's gonna follow him for the rest of his life. And he keep fucking his money up. You know what I'm saying? He fucking the Kylie Jenners of the world ain't gonna mean nothing, my nigga, because they billionaire bitches. They don't give a fuck about your little $100 million headed bag that you blowing and you fucking up, you know what I mean, your little cars that nah, nigga, you need to make money to keep up with them hoes. And if you don't, you be that back here fucking with regular bitches like the rest of us. And guess what the fuck happens when you fuck with regular bitches and you pretty rich? You gonna have a bunch of babies, you know what I'm saying? And you gonna have a bunch of child support. You keep fucking around, dog. You better stay where you at. I'm trying to tell you, this shit is not what you think it is. If you want to trade, get a trade when it's time to be traded. But you fucking it up, man. You fucking up the bag. Let me see. The Queen.
Which one?
The Queen of England.
She got chill.
Got sick, went to the hospital, and then came out or whatnot. They're saying it's a complete and utter cover-up. You know what I think? I think that they're giving her every 10-year elixir to make sure that she stays alive. The Queen is immortal. You know what I'm saying? That they're finding live people for her to bite.
What is wrong with her?
No, honestly, man. Queen about 177 years old.
She is not.
Why is it still Elizabeth I?
She is 95 because she does not want to pass that shit.
Where's the other?
To Charles.
Man, Elizabeth I was born after Henry VIII, and that shit was in the 1600s. Let's talk about why it ain't another Elizabeth. Let's talk about why Elizabeth. Why this Elizabeth seems as if that she is the daughter of King Henry VIII.
She's a vampire.
She was born to Anne Boleyn. Why is this Anne Boleyn's daughter? Why is this Anne Boleyn's daughter? Why is she still alive? Why are you still here?
Oh my God.
She's a fucking vampire.
I just said that.
This is fucking crazy, man.
Hey, yo.
She's immortal, dog. She's a Highlander.
Hey.
The Queen is the Highlander. I am immortal.
That was my shit.
I love Queen so much.
Hey.
Yeah.
Can I change the mode for a split second?
What?
Rest in peace, Colin Powell.
Jeez.
I'm anxious.
I'm about to say that's my next. What you call it?
Calm down.
Calm
down.
Rest in
We
peace to
gonna
Colin
get there.
Powell. Rest in peace to Colin Powell.
Yes, sir. And she's Elizabeth II, not the first.
My ass. Has anybody seen where Elizabeth I was buried?
Oh my God.
It's bullshit. It's the same person. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Don't believe me. I'm trying to tell you.
Don't believe the hype.
She's
her
immortal.
predecessor was George VI.
George, and wasn't George VI Henry VIII's son?
No.
This is bullshit. I know it was. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yes, it was. It was him. Anyway, rest in peace, Colin Powell. You may have not liked Colin Powell, you know what I mean, for one reason or another, but he definitely was. He was the first black Secretary of State. Definitely very, charismatic, influential man. He might have been a little bit off his rocker as he got a little older or whatnot, fucking with them Republicans and shit. But you have to respect this black man for making it to the point in which he made it. And it always remind me of
Breaking barriers.
Yeah, definitely. It always reminded me of that Chris Rock special when he was like, he speaks so well. He's so well spoken. He speaks so well. The fuck you expect him to sound like? I'm going to drop me a bomb today. You know what I'm saying?
He was the first African-American Secretary of State.
Yep.
He served as the 16th United States National Security Advisor.
There we go.
And as well as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And son of immigrants from Jamaica.
From Jamaica. Clap it up,
Right
Colin
there
Powell.
near the beach.
Life
What part of Jamaica you from?
right
the
near
beach.
the beach. Oh, man. Shout out to
Lord
Colin
have
Powell.
mercy.
Much love to Colin Powell.
Call me now.
There's a woman that was raped on a Philly train, and I feel ashamed that we from the city that made national news. Woman that was raped on the train, innocent bystanders, or not innocent bystanders stood by and filmed it instead of helping her.
No, that is not what happened.
What happened?
Because if you watch the news,
Okay.
lately they came out with more.
Oh, shit.
People were on and off that train.
Okay.
People were calling for help. They were recording as proof, but they couldn't really tell what they were recording. People were coming on and off the train. This is the situation had been going on for like a half an hour. Because at first it started with him trying to like touch her.
Right.
So him actually raping her, I don't know how he did that, but
So why didn't anybody intervene?
I can't say.
So here's the deal.
The intervene was a SEPTA officer. Who
she intervened. Right, she intervened by calling. Now here's the deal. I'm playing devil's advocate. The reason why I'm playing devil's advocate is because I'm saying that people are asking why didn't anybody do anything.
Before we even play devil's advocate on that.
Right.
What's pissing me off is that dude was supposed to be deported. He wasn't even supposed to be the fuck here.
I don't give a fuck about his deportation status.
No, but that's important.
Yeah.
His deportation status is because he had been getting into trouble and issues and all that shit.
He has a history.
Before he has a history. And they were putting him out.
You know how many
He's a registered sex offender.
You know how many fucking registered sex offenders, criminals, all different types of shit that run these fucking streets every day? Let's just talk about, there's bad people out in the world. I'm not even focusing on that portion of it. And I'm not the one, I have an open mind when it comes down to it. I say to myself, okay, why didn't anybody do anything?
That's
then, all right, so then I think, I'm like, okay, people didn't do anything because nobody wanted to get the fuck shot. And that's the problem. All right, so
because you don't know.
You don't fucking know. So therefore,
they're recording as proof to show this is definitely what the fuck happened. But like you said, I totally agree. Because I can't say I don't know what I would do.
What would you have done
if I was there? I don't know.
And that's the point. But everybody is Atlanta brave. Everybody
everybody talks a lot of shit, but you weren't there and you don't know exactly what those people were dealing with on the train. You don't know, like you're on a train.
You know what makes me mad?
There's no getting away from someone shooting if you are on the train. You don't know if he has a weapon. You don't know if he's crazy enough to start stabbing everybody on the train.
You know what pisses me off even more? The fucking news. The way that the news conveys it or whatnot.
Yeah.
Because when the news says it, it's like nobody did anything. And I'm like, Like,
and then
let me find out what's the motherfucking name?
Article.
Tim Lakely or whatever the fuck your name is on the Channel 10 News. The fuck is you talking about, bro? I know you
because
ain't gonna
the police came out and was like, look,
the only nigga
that is the wrong narrative.
Right.
Like
that's
these
bad.
people,
That's fucked up.
You know, when the police come out and be like, this is not the narrative that should be given. This is not what happened. We've seen the video of what these people recorded.
It's only two.
It's not that.
It's only three.
Yeah, it's not that they, were recording out of pleasure, like, oh my God, I don't believe I'm seeing this.
Right.
They were recording it as proof
Right.
of there's no like real cameras on the train. This is
there's only
they work.
There's only three people in this city that are news reporters that would have did something about it. Alex Holly from Channel 29. Rick Williams, because Rick Williams, he's about that life. He'll fuck somebody up.
He about that life.
And Yuki Washington might smack a nigga in the head. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, rest of y'all need to shut the fuck up. Jim Gardner might have shot a nigga. Jim Gardner, that dude. That's the original Ron Burgundy. That's Ron Burgundy. He would have did something. Rest of y'all need to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people that know for a fact they wouldn't have did shit. If you would have done practically the same thing or just tried to, call the cops again, because you don't know who was calling the cops. You don't know who was trying to, but if you niggas is talking about who would step up and physically do something, our murder rate is at 460 something.
Do something about that.
Are you talking about? You don't know what the fuck will happen. And I'm not defending anybody in this situation. The boy is a fucking creeper. You know what I'm saying? And I hope he's under the fucking jail frying. You know what I'm saying? And people are a bunch of bitch asses. But at the end of the day, if you can, I can't identify with the creeper, but the bitch assness or whatnot. If niggas don't want to get shot, I don't want to get shot either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really look. It's hard. It's so hard to look and judge them and say, "Oh, y'all didn't do shit, motherfucker. You wouldn't have did shit either." And then you start talking about the kids now. The new kids, come on, man. Come on, man. The new youngsters, they'll pull a phone out and watch a nigga get murdered before they do something about it. They'll watch a nigga piss on a third rail before they do something about it. They don't. That's not their MO even a little bit.
It's not even just the kids.
Yeah, the kids, the adults.
No, it's not even.
Yeah, you're right.
This
you're
generation,
right.
This generation of people.
Yeah, that's true. That's
more
true
often
too.
than not, will rather record than intervene. And
right.
Again, none of us was there to say, "Yo, I would have did this differently. I would have did that differently."
Right.
It's a sad situation all the way around the board. My prayers are with the women who dealt with this situation with her and her family. Right. Period. Because again, this is a sad fucking situation. As for the dude, man, I could think of some interesting things to do to him. They'll get his ass. He's just gonna, you know what I'm saying? He'll run into Adebisi and Schillinger. You ain't got to worry about none of that shit. They on his top. They on his motherfucking top. It's a different day and age, bro. It's a different day and
Even
age.
In the jails?
It's a different day and age, man.
Get the fuck out of here. Even in the jails.
It's a different day and age nowadays, man.
Like, this shit's crazy, man. Kanye West has lost his fucking mind.
All right, next topic.
No, I got three things to talk.
We just got too much.
But I got three things I need to say about Kanye West. One thing. What the fuck was you thinking cutting that dumb shit in your... I don't even know what that was in your head. That's some weird shit. I don't even get it. But I understand it's art. Kanye feeding us anything and telling us it's art.
His name is Ye now.
Yeah, then that's another thing. That's another thing. You just change your name to Ye. All right, so now you Ye. Nigga, you can change your name to whatever you want to. All right, it's just Y-E, it's Ye. And the third thing of all
volcano eruption.
Oh, shit. I knew that was going to happen sooner or later.
Sexual eruption.
You ain't got no napkins, do you? God damn it, I am gonna have to wash this fucking tablecloth sooner or later. God damn it.
God damn, that bag loud as shit.
I know. So, the third thing about Kanye is him walking around with that fucking the bald Michael Myers mask. You see that? The purge mask he got on. What the fuck is he doing, man? Walking around talking about his art and whatnot. I don't get it. Like, and he's like, oh, well, that's his version of a COVID mask.
If that's his art, so be it, man.
Fuck Kanye. Speaking of, I need to talk about this shit right now. Don't y'all ever in Hollywood fuck up a 2021 Michael Myers movie again. You dumb.
You seen it?
Yes, I saw it. Kelly, you seen it, right?
Yep, went to the movies to see it.
What kind of butt-ass shit was I watching,
I
bro?
don't know. I see it.
My dear holy God, please, when you watch it,
Now,
All right, I'm still on some of this.
I'm
I'm
pissed.
watching the movie.
Yeah,
I'm watching the movie.
what you watching?
Now, mind you, my son just went to see it yesterday too.
Yeah.
And so we were discussing it today. Mm-hmm. And we both agreed
That it was stupid?
that when she stuck the knife in his throat, when the daughter, when Lori's daughter stuck the knife in the back of his neck,
Yeah.
he was down on the ground. He was down.
Yeah.
You stuck the knife in the back of his neck.
Why did you chop his head off?
Why didn't you keep going?
I don't get it either.
Nigga.
Or when you stabbed him with the rake.
Hey,
Keep going.
He didn't see. He didn't
Like,
see it.
you
But
was like-
we don't want to spoil it for Ruff. But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
It's just,
sorry.
Yeah. It's just certain things. Yeah.
Like, you were supposed to keep going until that shit rolled off the ground.
But it's a Michael Myers
And after
movie.
it rolled off the ground, you're supposed to put it somewhere where you can see it every day and make sure that it wasn't doing nothing else. But no, nigga.
Shout out to Halloween Kills.
Did she
The
say put it somewhere where you can see it every day and
Yeah.
make sure?
Yeah.
No. When you see the movie, you'll be like, oh yeah, I see what she was saying. Just watch it. You're going to be disappointed, but I just needed to let you know.
Watch it. You're going to be disappointed.
You're going to be
Now,
disappointed.
I don't know who I was talking to. It's crazy. I was like, there's a part 2 coming. Okay. I know
Kelly,
it's
you
like
ain't doing
part.
nothing but spoiling
was
this whole
so-
You really
shit.
are. You're still going.
Yeah, I know. You still talk like the
Nigga.
shout out. I tried to close it out. Shout out to Halloween Kills. I said I'll be disappointed.
Then you
That's
shouldn't have talked about it.
it. She just kept going
You
with the
shouldn't
shit.
have talked about it. They cracked my.
All right, so let's talk for a second.
Yo,
Well,
make it
I've been
funny.
starting to realize something lately.
Oh hell! You know, before he start
What?
with his, I just started to realize something lately.
you always realizing
He
shit. baby.
I
right?
realize this
He
shit.
be on some shit with the.
I just be
I
realizing
just
shit.
realized something lately.
I be realizing
I
shit.
just want you to know it's gonna be some bullshit
That's why.
that's going to just.
It's
Come
definitely
on.
one.
Look,
It's
look, wait a
definitely
minute. It's the
one.
whole.
No, because I start honestly, this might go a different way than you're thinking. I'm starting to realize lately that I'm just gonna ask the question.
Ruffy.
Have you ever thought that the energy that
Have you ever, you long-legged wife had a long-legged bitch for a long-legged wife?
See, look. See, y'all ain't even listening. Y'all ain't even listening.
Okay.
Have you ever thought that the energy that you put out governs your success and your failures?
Hell yeah.
Huh?
You're just realizing it?
No. Yes, I am just realizing. I never thought that
The energy you put in the shit is the energy you get back.
No.
The energy you put in the
That's
shit,
not what I'm
the
talking
work
about.
and the effort that you put in the shit
so
brings
you,
it back.
So you explain to me all the millionaires that are bad people.
First of all, there's a lot of millionaires that were born millionaires. They didn't.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's just say that. Let's say if Jeff Bezos was a bad person. How
Yeah,
the
good
fuck?
person.
That's what. Okay, here.
What energy did he put out
Here.
to receive to get his blessings? Tell
Here.
me what it is, because I want to know.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
I'm in Joe's got nuts.
Moms don't.
Go ahead.
You done? You done? Now, you've heard the saying, be careful what you wish for, you might just get it.
Okay.
Okay? Be careful what you pray to God for, because he may actually give it to you.
Right.
But the devil will also give you what you want too.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm
Okay.
listening. Go ahead. I
So-
don't know if I'll buy it, but I'm listening.
So the devil will give you what you want to because it'll serve his purpose.
Okay.
Just like God won't give you what you want because it's not going to serve the purpose of him.
So how do I get in the devil's line?
You don't want it. But
But see,
that's the
but
thing.
that's
You
what I'm
don't want to
saying.
get in the devil's line
But-
because
It be feeling
you
like sometimes
becoming
you want to
Dude,
though.
get in the devil's
Right.
line.
It be
Right.
like it be like, yo, I'm in God line.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed and I'm trying to do everything right. the
Because
straight
it's at-
up way.
it's at
the
his time
legitimate
and not
way.
yours.
And yes, it
when
it
you
always-
when you seem to get something before you're ready,
Right.
that ain't God. Because God's not going to give it to you until you're ready.
But let's just say that God said that you ain't never gonna get. Let's just say you had all seeing abilities, and you saw that God would never give this. You standing in the line for your blessings, and what you want the most is $1 billion. And God is you in that line, and God is fresh out of billions to give away today.
Yeah.
But the devil got about 8-9 billion on his side.
Yeah, but what I gotta do for that?
You gotta stand in my line.
And after I do that,
Yeah.
when the world is said and
Gotta
done,
stay
and
peak, blood in, blood out.
and
Yeah.
when I'm done, I've done the devil's bidding to get my billions.
But that's still kind of off of what we were talking about. So it's still like okay.
Look, it's
I never listen. Let me tell you
good
something.
things and bad things.
I
happen.
don't. But see, here's the deal. I don't fuck with niggas.
Okay.
I mean, like that's kind of my thing.
Okay.
But the problem is when I don't fuck with niggas, I don't get blessings. When I'm an introvert, I am an extroverted introvert. I am. Yeah, that's.
And the CBD. That's the crazy shit. It's just the CBD.
This nigga. I am an extroverted introvert. Let me keep this fucking podcast on the rail while this nigga dies in the corner or whatnot real quick. I'm one of them people where I'd rather not really fuck with everybody because people work my fucking nerves. But when I lighten my heart and I'm more courteous and nicer to people for some reason, not only do I feel better about things, things run a little more smoothly.
Right.
So basically what it is my energy that I'm putting out, it's like that I'm getting, maybe I'm just viewing my blessings a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Maybe it's just one of them things. Like I hate. I just but I have to take it. I always say it. You
gotta
take
take it
you,
with a grain of salt.
You take you everywhere you go. So when I'm at work, I don't like my bosses. I can't stand these niggas. One of these boys, I think he's a fucking moron. I think he's incompetent. But he's like honestly, and I've done everything but say those exact words to his face. Okay. Because I tell him like, look, I'm going to hold you accountable because you hold me accountable. But mind you, he's 25 years old. He's a fucking kid. So I give him grace for that, but I still think he's incompetent. So I'm like, oh damn, it's kind of fucked up. But I think that when I'm an asshole to him, I receive worse case scenario.
Of course you do.
So, but when I'm
what you put out, you get back,
but
and
when
you
I'm
may
nice,
not get it back from him.
Right, but when I'm nice to him,
like you said,
things work out a little better.
But like you said, he's 25.
I don't want to be nice to him though.
No, it's a lot of people we don't want to be nice to.
I don't want to be nice because he needs to learn a fucking lesson. This kid, see, that's what I can't stand.
But you may not be the one that has to teach him that
why?
lesson.
Why can't I teach him? Why can't I teach him that?
Because maybe he may not learn it from you.
Yeah.
Well, fuck him then. Then I can just continue being mean, but then it don't.
Shut the fuck up.
There's no point.
This is what I need you to do.
On trying to teach a lesson.
This is what I need you to do.
To it.
Shit.
Drop it.
Like it's hot.
For whatever reason, at 25 years old, he's your boss. For whatever reason.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
See, I deal with some similar situation at my job.
For whatever reason, at 25, he is your boss.
I just want
whatever. He does not know. How much experience could he really have?
Right.
So you can either call him an asshole,
right,
and be a dick towards him,
right,
or you can help lead him to the correct information.
But the problem is,
when you're nice to him, and you've just said it, when you are nice to him, when you are cordial to him,
right,
you get nice and cordial back in your life.
You're right. And
but when you're an asshole, and it's not from him, it's just in your life.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you are an asshole towards him, shit happens to you. Because it's a small world. And what you put out, you get back. And you may not get it back from the person you gave it to.
Right.
Oh, but you're going to get that shit back. This world is small.
But he takes it for granted.
Fuck him. Fuck your opinion of him. How about that?
I just want him to shut the fuck up.
Fuck your opinion of him. He's your boss. For whatever reason. He's your boss. So until you
I hate him.
step. Hey,
that's
it
a lot
is
of
what it
energy.
is.
I just want him to
That's a lot of
Until
Huh?
That's a lot of energy.
It is a lot of
it's
energy.
a lot of energy
But
that
that's
you're
because-
giving. Yeah, but see, and
I think he's a
that's
fucking
the
moron.
problem.
But I think
but
that's the problem. Yeah.
All that energy you're putting into hating him, you should be putting into the podcast.
You're right. But that's the reason why. But then I try to ignore
And
him.
the spinoff.
But I want to ignore him.
That should be taking up enough of your juices.
I just be wanting to ignore him.
and enough
but
of your energy. And your creative thought process.
I just be wanting to ignore him though.
Why are you being
Ignore
weird
him.
to
But
me?
I do. But he approaches me. He has to talk to me.
Okay, you have to talk to him. This is your job.
I know.
Yes or no? This is your job.
Yes, it is.
So then you
unfortunately.
have to do what you have to do until you have that day to say, hey guys, I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
It's called being an adult.
Adulting sucks.
It does. It
My
sucks.
cousins and I were
Why
talking
was I
about
not
this
rushed
today.
to grow up?
I don't want. But I just want to.
My
You're
ass just wanted some mail in my name. That's all. Now all the fucking mail is in my name.
I just want my own phone.
The bills, the hospital bills,
Mm-hmm.
the school district of Philadelphia emails, and everything is in my fucking name.
I just wanted to.
Guess what?
I know.
Wah, wah, wah.
I got it. I got it.
What?
Even at this very moment,
Right.
you are giving this man energy.
Yeah.
He's probably at home not even thinking about you.
But I think that the energy, like I think. it's,
He's at home. He's
still
not
not
even
getting
fucking
it.
thinking about you.
You're right. You're right.
Mr. Know-It-All.
So when you clock out, leave it there.
I do.
No, you
you
don't,
don't.
because you're talking about it right the fuck now.
Well, it's for
You want a
for
different
content.
clock.
It's for content purposes.
my
It's for content purposes.
when I started at that hotel that I worked at, my junior internship,
Right.
my assistant general manager at the time, we had stand-up meetings, and he came to the stand-up meeting. He was like, look, and it's something I've taken with me all these years, and I started with them in 1999.
Right.
He said, look, we all have problems. We all got a lot going on in our lives outside of here.
Right.
But when you get here,
Right.
when you cross that doorstep, leave your shit out there.
Right.
I promise you, when you come out, nobody is coming to pick up your problems but you. So when you're at work, do what you got to do for them 8
Right.
and skate.
Right. I agree. Listen, I agree. I agree.
So yes,
But not only
he
yeah,
may not know everything that you feel that he needs to know.
Right.
But obviously he knows something because he's in that position.
no, he knows the fucking
Hey,
supervisor. He knows the fucking
hey,
vice president.
who you know gets you
You're
fucking
right. You are
far.
right. You are absolutely right. That's the reason why. But also, so
But
take
the
it,
thing
take it over,
is,
take the energy.
who
over.
you know
Right.
can get you in the door.
Right.
What you know keeps you in the door.
Absolutely. Fuck that door. Let's talk about a different door. I'm talking about. So no, honestly, because the application of this or whatnot, because I want to use it as a teachable lesson, because I understand everything you said. I'm Mr. Know-It-All, so I get it. But for entertainment purposes, you know what I'm saying? For entertainment purposes or whatnot, I'm going to let you.
Y'all know I do spit take. Stop it.
So I'm
'Cause I'm Mr. Know-It-All.
But as I
Spit
said,
takes.
but let you understand, you know, that I do get that portion of it, and I can turn it on and off or whatnot. I don't think about this shit, but for entertainment purposes, I'm gonna let you know. I think he's a moron. But what I have done is I've applied to giving better energy out so I can receive better energy back and whatnot. So my thing is that for everyone else,
Smaller.
everyone else in
Smaller.
the world,
A little smaller.
it's,
There you go.
it's this big. It's this big. There you go. That's what you do.
There you go.
So listen, for everyone else though, I think that even in situations like just like understanding the situation, like all right, for instance, we're doing a spinoff of a podcast or whatnot, which entails bringing in guests and people that I know and whatnot. And what happens is that there's some people that I want to talk to more than I want to talk to others. So what
I
I've
do
done,
know this.
right? So what I've done is I've put myself in a position where I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come with the same vigor. And, you know, my coach in that situation is Shannon. She helps me because she helps me, you know what I'm saying, co-host and brings a little therapy to that side of it, which is understandable. So I do get it. But I don't give a fuck what neither one of you motherfuckers tell me. y'all got the same type vibes, and y'all have something that gives you negative energy that if you would find a way to turn that shit on its ear.
Turn it on his ear.
Turn it on his ear. Dump that shit on his top. Get it the fuck out of here for 2 seconds and separate that. You would have, it'll bring you a little bit more peace.
I'm a non-violent man.
Fuck out of here.
I choose violence every time. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Fuck out of here. I'm a non-violent man.
Y'all want to hear something wonderful?
Uh-huh.
Y'all want to hear something wonderful about the new job?
What's that?
I work on a team
They
where
got a Sibian?
I work on a team where my director of sales is a woman.
Uh-huh.
My 2 sales managers are women.
Right.
My catering sales manager is a woman.
Uh-huh.
And then the reservation manager is the diva here.
Right.
It's a whole lot of estrogen.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. We already know the schedule.
It'll be a catfight somewhere.
No, we already know the schedule. But
Wow.
someone emailed me one of those emails where they were talking professional, but they was getting smart.
Oh. I'd appreciate it.
Per my last correspondence.
To whom it may concern.
If you would refer to the last email that I sent.
Right.
One of those emails.
Right.
Now,
3, sentence 4.
somebody emailed without me. She copied the email, said I'm adding her on to this because she will be the one doing the cover sheets, in November.
Right.
I responded like, hey, if you guys have anything else, make a list, just send it over or whatever.
Right.
Instead of just responding to me, she responded to everyone. Oh, you chose violence today. Okay. She said, well, Kellie, since
Reply all.
She said, since it's an ever-evolving list.
Since an ever-evolving
Yeah, so this now ever-evolving is a running joke in my office now.
Uh-huh.
EE and all that.
Uh-huh.
It's an ever-evolving list. I suggest that you create your own list. Okay.
Ooh.
That's what you want to...
You create your own list.
Right.
Your own list.
And I was like... And I responded, and I left it there because what I don't have time for as the new manager in the hotel is to look weak in front of any other managers or whatever.
You heard what Moneybag Yo said?
So
I looked at my wrist. I got time today.
Oh yeah, that's my man's.
Fuck it, I'm crossing the line today.
I heard that song one time. I was like, that's my line forever. I looked at my watch and I have time today. So I showed that to one of my sales managers, and she was like, oh really? This is the black sales manager. She's like, oh really? My sales manager chose Patty. I was like this. I was like, I do a podcast with my friends. I was like, and they call me General Patty. She's like, girl. So then I showed it to my other sales manager. She chose Patty too. I'm like,
You want to give an example of something
no, they were just all with.
They're just all with you. What
they
you
were
should
all-
say.
They were with the police.
Right, they were all with making the list. The list is titled the ever evolving list EE. We already discussed how we were going to act inside of the meeting when I first led it, and how it's going to go down, and how we're going to talk about ever evolving ad nauseum. Then my director of sales, who I didn't really tell her about that issue, even though she was copied on it.
Right.
She did something petty to the revenue manager that's next door to her, because the revenue manager decides she wants to leave like 3:30 almost every day, and you're not even getting there at 7:30 like the rest of us.
So what you do is...
So she left, and she's like, yeah, I chose petty today. She's like, because she could stay for the rest of the day since she didn't stay all week. I'm leaving. And she's like, I'm going to go get this hay that you want. She's like, but most importantly, I'm going to go get my nails done. She's like, I chose petty today. I'm like...
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm on
but
a
also,
team full of petty women.
so what I would have did was
love you guys.
every evolving. Now I would have see what happens is that's when I start answering in very, very short sentences.
Oh yeah.
The first thing would have been is like, you are absolutely right, forever evolving, but I do need that list ASAP.
Yep.
Thanks again.
Thank Thank you.
You know what I mean? That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Then I would have wrote another email on the low with bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then erased it and closed it out.
The funny thing is, I worked with her at a different hotel. And she was one of the people that interviewed me.
Yeah.
And you know how you remember somebody, but you don't remember somebody?
Yeah.
Like, the face is familiar, but you just can't place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she's interviewing me, and I'm answering the questions, but my second mind is like, where do I know her from? Where? Mm-hmm. And after the chef left out of the interview, it was just her and I was like, I know you something weird. I was like, I just can't place it.
Right.
She's like, we worked together at the da-da-da-da. Yes, okay, I remember.
And you were a bitch then.
And in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to get this fucking job because that bitch didn't like me and I didn't like her. Guess that's still the same.
That's the name
Oh, well,
of the game. Yeah.
Guess what?
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I had a...
Fuck that bitch.
We're going to keep on pressing. I love my job.
What's been a new thing? The topic of timelines for the past 2 weeks is red flags. And I'm not talking about Bloods.
Oh, yeah, Tommy DeBarge passed away. I don't know if we covered that in the thing.
We did not. That
Yeah.
happened the other day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Tommy DeBarge. What was the what was the big song that he was famous for?
Switch.
and
You'll never...
DeBarge, yeah.
You'll never find another love.
Oh
Something
yeah,
like that, yeah.
okay. But
Rest in peace to him.
yeah, rest in peace to him. Yeah, red flags.
Why you being weird to me?
No, red flags. Let me ask you a question. Red flags are that.
Why do we always ignore him?
Why? Yeah. Why the fuck do we ignore red flags?
Because we want that person so bad that we are willing to ignore those little pink that will eventually turn into red flags that are popping up. Because you just want to be in a situation so bad. You just want to be in a relationship so bad that you're willing to overlook this, that, and the other. And then a year later, you're like, what the fuck did I get into?
I think it's something. I think that inside of us we have this thing where we give people the benefit of the doubt because red flags is not always like it's just like
if it's shit you don't want to put up with, it's just like
if you get into an argument with somebody, let's just say not even a relationship, you get into an argument with somebody, right? And the argument ends off with the threat of physical violence from that person. Mm-hmm. And your brain is like, I know you didn't just come at me with that shit. And then they apologize like, you know what, man? You know what I'm saying? My bad. I have these issues, you know what I mean, when I get a little angry. And you look at it and be like, all right, that was a little off. You know what I mean? We've been friends for a little bit, but I could kind of see that. If that nigga tear off one day and y'all, just having the slightest argument and he turn around and punch you in your mouth, do you ever think back at the red flag? Like, of when y'all argued and he threatened physical violence against you?
Hell yeah.
You better.
So my thing is that why are red flags never acted upon when we start to see them?
Because a lot of times we ignore them. We have our blinders on for whatever reasons. Or sometimes we're just trying to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Honestly,
I can deal with it.
I
can deal with it.
I think it's more a lot of times the fact
you can deal with it until you can't deal with it.
Yeah, trying to give.
I can change him. He won't do that to me.
I won't say that. Yeah, a lot.
But
you hear that? I do.
You
hear that.
talking about relationship side of it though.
That's what that aspect of the relationship. But in every
Yeah.
aspect, it's some kind of relationship, whether it's a
friendship or
a hanging out ship or a fuck ship or
Right.
dating ship or whatever the fuck ship.
Yeah. But
They're
how,
all.
I
Every
mean,
day we
most
have
red
red
flags is because of relationships.
No. Well, ultimately, one way or another.
well, not romantic. Relationships are relationships.
Not necessarily.
Right.
That's
It don't
what
have
I'm
to be
saying. One
romantic,
way or
yeah.
another, we all deal with people in relationship wise.
Right.
One way or another. It's not just necessarily.
There's a
romantic.
work relationship. There's
Exactly.
a friendship. There is
we got homies
boyfriend,
who
girlfriend.
gym.
There's husband.
People who we see annually at the grocery store. People who at your local.
It's just
Walmart.
people that you see local. Right. Exactly.
Right.
But there's people that you are going to willingly let into your life,
Right.
friendship wise, There are people that you are trying to let into your life relationship-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And then those are the ones that you see little things and you're just like...
When's the last time you ignored a red flag?
Every day. People, we ignore. I'm going to be honest. Every day we ignore red flags.
Let's just talk
Some
about...
kind of.
All right, yeah, from some way, shape, or form or whatnot. But do you, like, okay, so...
If you respond to every red flag,
I say...
that's true, too.
You have a very long
I say
life.
January to April.
So if you say... So like,
oh, shit.
Damn.
No, you ain't catch that. You ain't catch... yeah.
Caught that.
Yeah.
That's good shit. That was some good shit. Hold up. We got to give you one on that one.
You need the horns on that one.
Bazinga.
Yes, that's that one. And you get a hold up.
That was oh shit.
Oh shit.
There we go. So no,
But I woke up in May.
So it's like this. If you driving down the road, right, and you see a motherfucker put a turn signal on
Bink,
and then
bink.
take it off, and then 3 minutes later you yank over into the lane and whatnot. If this nigga yanks back over and smacks a car or whatnot, was the first turn without the signal a red flag, or the indecisiveness the red flag that went along with that? Because that's what I look at. I look at the pattern, the traits of what a motherfucker does. That's what throw red flags up to me. You know what I'm saying?
And as well as you should.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
He won't tell us
If
why.
you have a motherfucker that come to your crib and you invite him to, let's say you got cookouts, parties, or something like that, and the motherfucker get there and they make a plate.
Did they bring anything?
And they make it. No, who knows? They might have bought something. Who knows? They bought something. They make a plate and they stash the plate, and then they eat food. If I told you that motherfucker stole from you,
I don't think that goes. I don't think that's the same thing.
No, that's not.
Why?
I don't consider that stealing at a cookout.
Eventually, you might be at the party and somebody say, "Hey, make sure you make a plate before you go."
right? But no. If you make a plate,
But that's not-
If you make a plate, stash a plate.
That's just making sure you get everything that's there before the shit. Especially if we talking about a black cookout,
Okay.
before the shit go.
But what if you're eating?
I
What
know
if
I'm
you
gonna want some shit for later on, whether I drink, I smoke, whatever. This shit looking good.
What if you're
while
eating?
everything
What
is
if you're
here available?
eating? What if you're eating the whole time you're there?
That's just some fat shit.
So if I told you,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
still want
saying.
to consider that stealing though.
But okay,
because
fine.
you invited them to the fucking cookout.
That's fine. So you made a plate. You stashed.
Now
the
you
plate.
checked them about, hey, my nigga, don't come here and just eat everything and fuck up, and you ain't bring shit to fuck here. That's a different matter.
Right. So, but you
now
made,
that's looking at them as they're just gonna take advantage.
But if
They're
you-
just a
listen.
nigga that's trying to take advantage. That's not somebody stealing. That's a nigga who want to be an extra nigga. Hey, yo, my nigga, I understand.
Okay.
I told you to come through here.
Right.
You
I
ain't
think-
bring shit, and
But-
you trying to eat me at a house of motherfucking
My
home.
biggest thing with that
I ain't
is
feeding you and your household for
don't
the week.
don't come to my house. Like me,
Yeah.
I understand why he did it, but don't come to my house. Don't come to my barbecue
right.
and make a plate.
Yeah.
And everybody hasn't gotten there yet.
That's kind of my point. You make a plate. You stash the plate. Just
but I
listen,
wouldn't
because
equate that with stealing.
the first portion of what I was talking about.
You said you equate
was-
that with stealing?
No, I said I wouldn't
No,
equate that with stealing.
listen, because y'all automatically jump to the stealing, because stealing is a very,
You
very.
said stealing.
Because listen,
You said if you told us
Right.
that nigga stole from you.
right. But
That was-
you're
and I
missing.
jumped in.
Right, you're
And I
missing
jumped
what
in.
I'm talking
Stop
about.
jumping in.
Right, you're missing what I'm talking about.
That was dumb with
If somebody has the propensity to do some shit like that, make a plate, stash the plate, eat while they there the whole time, take the plate with them. Ain't nothing you wouldn't have offered it. That's fine. But let's say that that's something that they do all the time. Then one day your fucking favorite watch is missing, and I say that person took it.
That's not gonna automatically.
It's not, but what
me,
happened
it's
is
not.
that you being Mr. Plate Builder and stashing the shit and then eating while you here and then taking plates that I gave you too, because you stashed plates before, so you taking shit on top of shit, that develops a trait of stealing. Because if you steal, my nigga, you steal in any way that you can. If we go to the club and make it rain and drop money on the floor and you throw some of that shit in your pocket,
Now, that's stealing.
how?
That's
Same thing then, my nigga, because
That's still-
no,
that's
because
still-
we
that's-
all,
that's-
you
that's
was
different.
with me.
That's
You was with
different.
me. We
That's
throwing
different.
money at the bitches.
I'm gonna tell you why that's different.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why that's different.
Why?
We're going to something,
Right.
And we're spending money.
Okay.
We're going to something. let's keep it real. Black people, you want to know how to have lower numbers for a cookout? Tell people they gotta bring something.
Oh yeah, of course.
That drops your numbers right after real fucking talk.
Right,
no cap. Tell them bring a bottle or bring something, and motherfuckers will buy to try to the petty broke ass motherfuckers.
Right.
Who just don't want to be talked about,
right?
They gonna get either a big ass joint or some plates or some napkins or some shit like that,
right?
And I appreciate that because at least your petty ass spent something to come here. Because 9 times out of 10 we finance.
But if we going to the club,
we going to the club,
and I give you some money, and I give you spending money, and I hand you so much call, right? So and you throw the shit up, we making it rain, and you turn around, you making it rain, and everybody throwing dollars or whatnot, and all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? You just see out the corner of your eye the money that the nigga that just threw up. He's taking some of it and putting it back in his fucking pocket. Now you gave him the money.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Once you gave him the money,
right? Oh, it's his money. Oh,
it's his money, bruh. Listen again. I went through this with my son with his 18th birthday because I took him to the spot. You know what I mean? At that point he could. Right. It's no longer 18. But I took him for his 18th, and I gave this nigga some money, and this motherfucker was holding most of this shit, but most of it, he was holding for a certain person.
Right. You know
what I mean? But in the same token, this nigga will pump fake like he's spending some shit, and then push it in his pocket like, Pop, I need some more money.
But if I said to you, if you left money, listen. If I said you left half a man laying on the table. You left half a man laying on the fucking table, and it comes up missing. And that same nigga was around you. I'm sorry. Your traits, the shit that you, the crackhead shit you do.
If we went out and
that's a red flag to me.
If we went out to the club and we were spending money, and this nigga was picking some of that shit back up, and then that shit happened,
it's a red flag.
Yes, that's a red flag.
Exactly. So that's a red flag. So if I told you that nigga would take something from you, that's the same type of nigga that will fucking.
But you can't compare it to making plates.
To making plates, I definitely fucking can.
You can't, bro. The cookout, you giving out food, bro.
Nigga, I might have to drink. I know niggas like that. I know niggas that do both of those things and steal. That's because of red flag. And I knew it before they stole that's what the red flag was about. Because I'm like, yo, I can see that. Because any time that you can look at a nigga and be like, you know what? I can see that nigga doing that shit. You know why? Because of the traits. That's because that's what a red flag is. You ain't catch the nigga stealing. You caught him doing some weird backdoor fuck shit. So what happens is that guess what?
You equate that type of shit with him.
You equate it with him. Therefore, when you find out
he's throwing that lump of coal.
Duh. Honestly, come on, man. If you knew for a fact, like honestly, if you had a woman, if your woman was touchy feely, you know what I'm saying, and every nigga that she was out with. You know what I'm saying? Or not even every time that you went out with your peoples or whatnot, she give extra long hugs or whatnot. She like to play little goofy games and smack your friends on the ass or whatnot. She like to talk about your homie.
She's tripping.
Yeah, she's tripping, right? She's tripping. So if two of your homies, if you get drunk and pass out and two of your homies run a train on her or whatnot, and they be like, yo, she wasn't shit in the beginning. Like, nigga, the red flags was already on the wall.
She wasn't shit, but the same token, y'all my homies. See,
your homies ain't, none of you niggas is shit. But
fuck all y'all.
Right, fuck all y'all.
Fuck all
absolutely.
Y'all.
But fuck her the most because you already knew there was red flags.
No, you can't say fuck her.
There was red flags.
I'm gonna tell you why you can't say fuck her the most because you've seen the motherfucking red flags. So you don't expect that shit from her.
You saw her. You saw her.
No, but what he's saying
in that situation.
Exactly.
What he's saying is,
you saw her packing a plate. So you saw her packing a plate at the beginning of the barbecue, eat the whole time she was there, then take extra plates to fuck home, then pick money up off the floor, the strip club. I'm just saying, I'm not talking about. I'm just saying.
Put it all together.
But that's what I'm saying.
Put it all together.
These are red flags, and what happens is that don't ignore the red flags. If you see somebody doing some fuck shit, then guess the fuck what? The fuck shit shall follow you through fucketry. That is the way that the world turns, my nigga. Honestly, we walk a long road of fuckity fuck shit, and niggas just always, the fuckity fuck ones shall follow. They shall follow. That train is never late. There's certain trains that ain't never late. There's certain trains that ain't never late. That racism train ain't never late. And the fuckity fuck shit. That fuckity fuck train ain't never late. Never late. Fucking crazy. But Nah, all right. I'm going to drop a motherfucking bomb on that shit. Because I understand. Things are understood. Things are understood and they are understandable. You understand what I'm saying? I've been drinking. I just had some
The
things
only
I
one
told.
not drinking tonight.
Hmm?
So I'm the only one not drinking tonight.
And you normally the one that's drinking.
I'm the only one that's drunk as a skunk. It's okay.
Oh boy, but yeah. So you
It's
got
crazy. My drink is in the extra freezer right now. I forgot to bring it.
You got your question ready? Because we're about to move on to the question next.
Yeah, and they're actually not from the book today.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Who the fuck is this texting me? Somebody's always texting me.
Who the
But-
fuck is this? Paging me at 5:46
In the morning.
Crack of dawn, and now
We don't
I'm
own the rights to this
yawning.
song.
Wipe the cold from my eye. See who's this paging
But,
me and why? It's my nigga Pop from the barbershop telling me
man.
he was in the gambling spot.
Okay. You don't know the rest of the words, do you?
Yes, I do, but I always mess up right there. In the gambling spot.
Heard the
Hit-
intricate plot. If
Stick me
niggas
for
that
my
want to stick
cream.
no, niggas that want to stick me like fly paper, neighbor.
Paper. I like paper.
No, it's fly paper neighbor.
Okay.
Slow down, love. Please chill. Drop the caper. Oh, we owe this
I didn't
shit.
say them.
Nope,
They schooled me
nope,
through some
nope,
facts
nope,
back. They knew
nope,
from back
nope.
when,
You missed
when
the
you was
whole
making
2
minor
bars.
figures. I know, that's why I stopped.
Maybe we should do a podcast where we gotta recollect music like
the way we know it. And then play the real
Oh my
version.
gosh.
Oh my God.
Yo, that would be some shit though. Cause you ever see, first and foremost, when me and Shannon go to karaoke on Thursday nights, you would be surprised. The words is on the fucking screen.
Because they think they know the words, so they're not going to look.
Don't matter. Niggas be thinking they about to kill this shit and turn around and be like, who the fuck did this? I guess so. We could be the karaoke. Oh my gosh, karaoke, man.
my
Motherfuckers be
God.
on some bullshit.
That was a warning, right?
Yo, I be killing karaoke
Yeah.
when I do it though.
Yeah,
Yeah, when I actually do
I'm
it.
pretty good at karaoke though, but I be singing though, so that be
Yeah,
the
I
whole
be
thing.
singing my shit out too. Yeah.
I sung Drew Hill Holding You one time, and I'm mad at shit that nobody else knew it but me. I'm like, you niggas, you know what, man? Black people get on my fucking nerves. I love y'all,
can
but y'all get on my
choose.
nerves. I'm gonna tell you the
You
reason
can
why,
choose.
huh?
It wasn't a single.
And that's be the whole thing.
They
People
don't listen
always,
to that. They don't, some
everybody
people bang
talk
the whole
shit, yo.
album. And see, back in the day, we used to listen to whole
Well, back in
albums.
the day, there were whole albums worth listening to.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was true too. But there was a lot of bullshit out back
Nah,
in
it
the
was,
day too.
it would be a lot of bullshit on albums too.
I think the last album that I completely listened to from beginning to end was one of Tamia's albums.
I've never listened to
No.
her whole
Well,
albums.
Dawg, so you the one that bought it.
a lot of people were there.
Listen, but no, I'm just
I
saying.
heard one song and downloaded the whole album.
See, I think you told me that before. But like I say, I think that people are just so full of shit and whatnot when it comes. You know when people are full of shit, bro. And we gonna move to Kelly's question next, and that just brings me to something. There's a boy at my job. This nigga. So like I told you, like I showed y'all the pictures. Like, did I show y'all the pictures last week when?
No.
I didn't show y'all.
No.
That Lyric met Jordan Mailata.
Oh no, you posted them.
I posted
You
them.
posted them.
So she meets him first and foremost. She's none the fucking wise. I think I talked about this on the podcast the other day.
No, yeah.
Not on his what you call it? She Lyric, she don't know that he just signed $64 million contract, but she's 11. She don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So he's throwing the ball. What are they taking pictures together? Ha 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 and whatnot. And one of the richest linemen in the fucking league. It is what it is.
You just meant I ever seen
I
him.
was telling this story for a reason. What was the reason I was telling the story? I just had a brain fart. The fuck was I talking about? What was I talking about? I bought this up for a reason.
You talking about lyrics?
Oh, yeah. Due to my job. My fault. Due to my job. So this fucking guy, so we talking and whatnot. We always go back and forth about football or whatnot. But when you realize that you're going back and forth and yelling with people and whatnot about football, sometimes you don't realize that these people don't know anything about football. At all. And I didn't really know that he didn't know shit until I was like, oh, yeah, my daughter was with Jordan Mailata. He's an Eagles fan. He like, who that? I said, nigga, that's a starting left tackle. I'm like, yo, bro, do you like you know where the tackle is at, right? He's like, no, because he said something like, he was like, I ain't never seen him on the defense. I said,
tackle, nigga.
the tackle,
He's
the
on
offensive tackle, O-line, bro. He's on the O-line. He's like, oh. I'm like, dog, do you know the difference? Yeah, I know the fucking difference.
Do you know positions besides
said,
the quarterback, wide receiver, running back?
So then I had to do one of those. I had to, he's an old head too, in his 50s. And I had to son him. I said, yo, bro, who stand next to the center? He was like, what you mean? I said, all right, I'm the quarterback. Who's in front of me? He said the center. I said, who's next to him? He said the tackle. My nigga, who? He said the tackle. I said, oh, my damn. I said, you're a fraud. I said, you're a fucking fraud. I was like, so listen, here's the deal. Can I actually want to send a message out to the world right now. Don't ever let anybody deter you from who you are and what you believe in. And the reason why you never want to do that is because most people have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Most people are fucking clueless. A lot of people talk shit. The motherfucker that scream at the top of his lung and is the most boisterous might not know a motherfucking thing.
And the fucked up thing is just because he's so loud, so many people will
listen. Ain't that a bitch?
And follow
Here's
blindly.
the kicker. And it's always the facts. The loudest one usually
right
is the wrongest one.
Is the wrongest fucking one. This nigga will argue about football and who need to be fired and who ain't doing this and who ain't doing that. And I realized this nigga was just talking in hyperbole the entire time.
He's talking what he heard.
Oh my damn!
What's the Eagle station?
The Comcast Sports Network.
No, 94 or something.
WIP. 94.
He listened to that. He listened to that on his way to work, and then come repeat everything he done heard. But he has no knowledge to back up what he heard. He has no opinion to back up what he heard.
Ignorance is bliss.
It's like the nigga that scream at the top of his lungs, got the toughest voice, and it scares people away because niggas think he could actually fight.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that nigga get trashed. You be like, what the fuck?
That's something I told my son. I was like, that one with the big mouth.
Oh my damn!
Is the one that can't fight.
I said you gotta be.
I was like, it's the silent ones that you need to look out.
You know what it is though? People will have you believing this from the bottom to the top. People, I swear to you, man, it's people in like it's people that I've seen this in actual people's relationships at home, where people come to a realization where men have a respect for their ladies and come to a realization like, oh my God, you're a fucking fraud. You know what I'm saying? Or women come to a realization like, nigga, you really ain't shit. Like they come to this realization because this nigga's been talking or boasting or acting all.
Been there.
You know what I'm saying? For so long. And all of a sudden you come to the realization one day like, holy shit.
You ain't really who you representing yourself to be.
Oh my gosh. It'd be crazy,
You've been perpetrating the fraud even to me.
I mean, undisputed fraud or whatnot. And they do that in order just to keep things in their own mind in line. That's the reason why it's tough, but it's tough to and that's what I tell my son. And also tell your kids that shit too. Like you were saying, you say to Caleb or whatnot. And even the ones that are because people lie all the time too. You know what I mean? When we dealing with this college offer shit and all that shit, I tell him all the time, I'm like, yo, bro, stop believing everything you say.
People talk a good game.
Cap, and
that was something I had to deal with in high school myself.
Right.
Of trusting too easily.
Yeah.
And believing, taking people at face value, taking,
Right.
taking people as their word is their bond.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's the father I come from.
Right,
my word is my bond.
Right.
If I can, I will.
Yeah. But
if I can't.
People ain't built like that.
Remember a girl you guys might have been in elementary school. What the fuck ever.
I might have been a fetus, but go ahead.
Why are you looking at me? Wait for me to say something?
Because I'm trying to calm down. I'm looking at the Leo and you telling me to calm down. Well, girls used to wear the shorts and they had like the leather overlay on the shorts. They almost look like Western, whatever.
Yeah.
And so the girl had some shorts and she had something like on the side of them or whatever.
Right.
And so I asked her, I was like, yo, where you get those? I was like, those are hype. And she's like, I made them. can you do my pants?
No.
Sure.
Shit.
And so like,
Let me find out you got Gordon Gartrell.
so 2 months later, I'm like, yo, like where my pants at? Oh,
Right.
I'm bringing them.
I got you.
And I told my mom what happened. She was like, she ain't make them motherfucking pants. She bought them pants from the store and you done gave her your pants thinking she gonna make your pants like that. No.
Did she at least
And my mom
attempt
called
to make
her.
them?
No, she never did.
Oh, wow.
My
Did you
mom
get your
called
pants
her.
back?
Yeah, I got my pants back.
Uh-huh.
But just, believing people, because they said they could do what they
You
can
was
do.
green.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
was green.
I was green,
I've had
I
some-
was young. I was dumb. That was a lesson that I learned
Absolutely.
and kept with me, to this day. Like,
I've had some green.
I don't
We've already
believe-
had some green times.
the only person I believe at face value is my mother and my father.
I hear that.
Those are the only two people in my life that I can afford
Right.
to believe at face value. If my father said he was going to do it,
Right.
he was going to do it. If my mom said she was going to do it, she was going to do it.
Right. Right.
That's it.
Right.
I don't tell my son I'm going to do something. I say, look, I'm going to look into it. If I don't think this the right way to go, then it won't be happening.
Well,
So,
pick and choose who you believe because the world is full of shit. And
No,
now,
no. The world is ghetto.
And now one of Kelly's questions. This is the remix.
wait a minute.
Oh my god. What was that dance called again?
What is it making?
You know what else? You know what? Before
What's
you
that
even
making
before you
bounce?
you know before you even start or what? Now you know what else is people and a lot of times black people we do this because there's certain things that black people should know how to do. Like black men should know how to maybe have a jump shot. Black men should know how to, you know what I'm saying, learn,
And it's crazy because I
know a certain
not that
song.
I can make a jump shot,
Right.
but I know how to make a jump shot.
Right. But you know what
Like I'm 5'1". I don't really see that shit happening in my life, but I know to aim for the center of the box.
Right, but if we put you, I always aim for the center of the box.
Right.
Right, bro?
Nasty motherfuckers. Oh,
I
God.
didn't even say anything.
He's like, I was chilling.
I didn't even say anything.
I was
I was
chilling.
over here
know,
quiet, just
You know what black people fraud about?
not letting Tourette's take over.
Having rhythm.
Yeah. Black person without rhythm. That's the problem.
Or not being able to dance. Like my.
Not being able to dance is one thing. Like I can't heel toe, but I can
No,
hold,
but
I can
that's
hold a
not so
step.
much a dance though.
Right.
That is a
That's
dance.
a particular dance.
Right.
But not saying that you have to learn how to that particular dance. But if you get on
Can
the
you
floor,
nay-nay?
you can move.
But if
right.
you can hold a rhythm,
You can hold
dance,
the rule,
but
you can dance.
Some people
Now I have a
can't
cousin.
hold a rhythm.
She can't.
Shannon
Two
can't
left
hold a rhythm.
feet. Got two left feet.
Shannon-
Why you telling her
I love-
business
I
on
love you,
TV?
babe. I love you,
Well, I
babe.
mean, on you're on TV and on
I love you, babe.
Shan. Why you gotta tell your business, man?
That rhythm is not. We
Rhythm-
Look,
Rhythm is not her dancer.
now I have a cousin, and this is one of my
It's a
favorite
problem with this
cousins.
dancery.
This is
Go
one of my
ahead.
favorite cousins in the world. I love her to death. I was
Right.
with her today, but the whole family know, and she know. It's not even a running joke. It's just fact
Yeah, Heather can't dance either.
that she can't. Damn.
Yeah, she look like she can't, yo.
Heather can't.
Damn.
Heather.
Yo, I
can't.
Heather,
I said that, yo. I'm gonna grind her
But
fuck
look,
up. I'm gonna
her-
grind her the fuck up.
my cousin,
It's bad too.
my cousin Nat can't dance,
Uh-huh.
and my cousin Nat can dance, but the rest of us can dance.
Right.
But she can get down.
They got white girl with
They
them.
went on vacation this year, and they were partying or whatever. And my cousin that can't dance found the pace for the two step. My cousin
Found the pace for
my,
the two-step.
My cousin,
She said, found the pace for
my
the
cousin.
two-step.
Listen, my cousin that can dance was like, "You stay right there. Like, don't you do anything else.
Finally hit the
this
marker.
is it. This
He's on
is
the
where
tempo.
you stay. This is." How Will Smith did in that movie, like this is
Yup,
your safe
that's
zone.
your safe
She's
zone.
like, there it is. There it is. That's your safe zone.
So we was playing.
Crazy.
We played in the classroom. The couples that we get together, we was going to retreat. So we play that on the Wild 'N Out game.
In the classroom?
In the classroom, right?
Oh.
So it's a boom,
yeah.
in the classroom.
Guess what?
So you can't do it either. Can you? So that means you might not have no rhythm. See, the
Nigga, I've
problem
been dancing
is-
on my motherfucking life.
See, you might.
No.
Oh man.
Because that in the classroom shit, that'll show you if you have any rhythm.
Oh,
Because
no,
here's- being able to catch the beat with your voice as well with your body, you
Right,
that-
but
right.
I can't. I'm good with my body.
But you can't
It's
catch
this coming. No.
So like when you supposed to come in on the 2, like she had to come in
Oh,
on
no,
the
I
4.
could- no,
she was
I could
coming
come in on the
she was
2.
She was coming in on the 3. I was like, ooh, no. She's like it go
Yeah,
it get real
the-
Kumo D-esque.
In the classroom. In the classroom.
In the
Yeah.
classroom. Right.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I
what we
can-
doing in the classroom?
Classroom.
All right, so if I play in
I'm
the
grooving
classroom.
in the classroom. Like I can.
So you want to play in the
Get-
classroom? Let's play in
no,
the classroom real
no.
quick.
Let's go in the classroom.
Let's play in the classroom real
I'm
quick.
not
in the
playing in the
classroom?
classroom.
Let's play in the classroom real
I'm not
quick.
playing in the
Let's do this
classroom
real
and
quick.
embarrassing myself. No.
Why? What is the problem? Let me see. Just right
Because
there.
I like feel I'm not a off the top of my
So
head
what?
kind of
That's
person.
only one
We're gonna make it
word.
simple. We're gonna make it simple.
It's only one word.
Because it's cognac.
Hold up. Oh shit.
In the
in the-
classroom.
Him in the cognac.
Come on. Let me see. Let me see what we got
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Pass the
Yes, I
cognac.
wanna break it back.
Let's see. Oh, we can't do it yet.
In the
Hold on.
classroom.
Hold on. I got it. This goddamn. I hate YouTube. YouTube got more commercials.
No, that's because why is that? Because you're not what?
I'm not premium.
Yeah.
You got YouTube Premium? You pay for YouTube Premium? You's a wild boy. In the classroom, not on the rights to this music. So I'm gonna start it off, then you gonna go. I get fly in the classroom.
I get by in the classroom.
I get high in the classroom.
I'ma die in the classroom.
Fuck my man in the classroom.
Hit the pan in the classroom.
I'ma stand in the classroom.
I'm a dancer in the classroom.
BJ Boynton.
Kick him out the classroom. But
I had to do that for you.
all right, so it
I
wasn't.
had to do that for you.
But you know what? It wasn't too bad. It
I had
really
to
wasn't
do
too
it for you.
bad.
But I know where to like.
Yeah, as long as you can catch the
I'm,
one, too.
right, I know where to come in at.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
what
ever
I
doubt
say,
me.
I think
Don't
my
ever
thing
doubt me,
is
people.
what I say might not make any sense, but I know when
But
to
if
come
you,
in.
no, if you
But
say
I like you've
know
been
when to
on
come in.
choir.
if you say a word that don't mean nothing, that's like niggas back in the day when you're a rapper. No.
And they be doing that, and they not actually saying anything.
Well,
They
back-
just like JJ Fad.
There is
she
nothing-
to this
hold on,
day
let
she
me
don't
tell
know
you.
what she's saying.
Can I tell you something about being a rapper? One thing, the way that you learn, no, shut up. The way that you actually learn how to
kept
be a rapper
talking.
is mumbling. And then your brain catches up as you get older, as you mumble, right? But you have niggas that never got past the point of mumbling. So
Right.
niggas just be
So
saying
that's why we got
anything.
mumble rap.
Oh, you came for the fucking pod. Good
Wait a minute.
shit.
Mumbling, dumbling,
She
stumbling,
came out
stance.
firing. All right, what do you have? What do you have for this question?
My B-boy stance.
What do you have for this question, Kelly?
So I saw this question online and thought it was a good question
All right.
for us. I was actually going to put it in the group, and I was like, no, I'll save it for the show.
Okay.
If you can go back in time,
If I could take time in the better. Go ahead.
if you could go back in time
Right.
and change one decision in your life,
Did we already ask this question?
I thought we asked this
I
before.
thought we did, yeah.
We did. I remember.
well, no, it was a go back in time and something else. But this one, if you could go back in time,
Come on,
and
Marty
change
McFly. You want to go back
one-
in time and shit.
one decision, what decision would it be? See, I think the other one is if you could go back in time and change something, would you? This is
It was. Would
what
you?
is what would you change?
And what? No, it was. What would you? And what would it be? And we answered that.
Damn. One thing, go back in time and change one thing. I probably
I'm scared. What?
Oh man, I probably would have dropped my prom date off. I probably hit this shit and not drop the ass off to a bed and whatnot. My pride was on a beam that night. That was the first time that I ever had passed up any. My pride was different. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't have dropped off. I probably would have, you know what I mean, did what I had to do. Yeah, definitely would have did that. Like, a lot. Like, roughly. Like, and
Okay.
violate.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Get your life.
Yeah.
How y'all say? Grab
If I
yourself.
could go back and change one decision, one.
If I can turn back.
Because it's a lot of things that I wish I could, in a lot of aspects, I wish I could have did differently.
One thing. Just one thing. He's like, dang it.
I know I've been living the rock star life for a long ass time, right?
No.
I've done a
Right,
lot of
but
questionable
is
shit.
Right, but just one thing that
I've
sticks out.
done a
in
lot
your-
of questionable shit since I was 10 at least.
ew.
Fuck.
Ew. Icky poo poo.
You know what? If I actually could go back and change one thing, and there's one thing that comes to my mind that I could, and I think we actually talked about this probably on one of the earlier episodes.
Right.
That if I could, and I could have went back and changed this, it would have probably altered a lot of my entire fucking life. I would have never lost my fucking virginity so early. I would have never lost my virginity so fucking early because in so many ways that was like, in all honesty, the one true time I can say I quote unquote paid for the pussy in a way. Although I kind of stole the item to pay for the pussy. Yeah, it's crazy, ain't it? I mean, but it was from inside my house. It was something I had access to eat myself, but I took it out, you know,
sold it?
to get no, not sold it, but traded it to get what I wanted for my birthday, which was my dick wet.
Or so you thought.
Nah, I did get my dick wet. But
But if that's one of the things, if that's something that you said you would not do,
I know I wouldn't have
then
did at that time.
it'd be so you thought.
As part of the problem was me. I was so young, I was so inexperienced, and I was trying to be grown. As we was talking about early in the podcast,
Right.
You know, we was in rush to grow the fuck up, me adults. For the fuck what? But if I could go back, because I think part of the issue of me in some aspects being so numb, somewhat sexually, is because of me
How young you
so
were.
early, so young.
Definitely.
Right.
You know, it desensitized me. And it has been a lifelong struggle because ultimately, you know, I'm fucking 41 and I have a fucking appetite of a fucking teenager still.
Oh God.
Well, early 20. I ain't gonna say teenager. No, my metabolism is still that of a teenager, but my drive is probably that of still like my mid-20s, yo. If I could, listen, 2, 3 times, 4 times a day, every day. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Let's get it popping.
What the fuck?
Why do you think I masturbate so fucking much?
Oh Lord. Kelly. So.
Don't get me wound the fuck up. Shit.
What would you?
Started it.
What would you?
You know, I thought about this. I actually have been thinking about this for a week. This is how long I've been holding on to this question. So, of course, the first thought is I'd go back to 2003. And I wouldn't fuck him.
Oh wow.
I wouldn't.
Damn,
That was the original thought.
Gina.
God
That was the
damn.
original thought.
Right.
But
Y'all
I
ain't tell you to shout out. Somebody put. Yeah, I did tell
I-
you the earlier.
What?
Shout out to their parents for not using the condom because on this day I let you was born.
Yeah.
but
And it was a
have,
female put that up.
I have thought, you know, about that, and I just adore my son too much
Right.
to say that. That, you know,
He's a blessing.
he is a blessing. You know, we've been through some rocky
Happy
roads,
belated
but
birthday, nephew.
yep, 17. You know, we've been through a lot, but that's my bestie.
Right.
I would say I would go back to October 27th, 2018. And that particular evening, my son got into a physical altercation with his father.
Right.
and I would have handled the fallout differently than I did.
I understand that. Makes sense.
I would have handled how I dealt with both of them in this situation differently, because after this altercation,
Right.
this is really when their relationship went downhill. Because even though you are his father and you had to check him, you're his father. I'm never going to stand away from in your way of parenting your child however you see fit at this moment.
Right.
But you never came back to follow up with him.
Pride.
Right. And I would have brought my son, you don't have to spend the night here, but you do need to talk. You know.
So you're saying
And in my head, thinking that he was going to do that.
right. So you're saying that you would have been more accommodating to both of their feelings in the situation to try
to make it
right. But it
for the
should.
future.
It's always.
I mean, I shouldn't have
right.
to.
Ultimately,
But it's-
that's
I shouldn't
that-
have to.
but that wasn't. That. As a mother, of course, you feel your place too, but it's not. And as you being the connection between the two,
Right.
even more. And the Leo in us,
he's
it
a
drives
Leo.
it drives that connection, that connective factor. You know, we're the ones who. They look at us in so many negative lights, but they don't realize a lot of the good lights that we, are
Yeah.
not always spoken on about. But it's still, it's not your battle. It wasn't your
Right.
battle. It wasn't your battle. It's still not your battle.
Right.
Again, and this is from a person who, a couple years ago, and he can tell you personally, when I went home a couple years ago for my family reunion, it was the question, especially when I went home, of whether I was going to try to put paws and claws on my father, my
Right.
pop, who 2 months ago I was calling my sperm donor.
Yeah.
But we're building, and I gotta reach out to him. I'm gonna definitely hit him later on.
Yeah.
Cinematography.
And
He's probably
the
sleeping
crazy
anyway.
thing is, I have told my son, and this was even before the altercation. This is years before the altercation. There may come a time in your life when you are a man that you will actually be able to have a better relationship with your dad.
Right.
I was like, at this point, I don't know what your dad feels or whatever. I can't speak to that. I was like, I don't know what he knows about being a father. All I know is that he is your father. He does love you. He just may not know
How to love you, right?
how to love you. I was like, so it may not be until you are a man and you have a family of your own that you're able
To understand.
to understand and deal with your father on a different level.
Just gave me my life lesson.
Absolutely. And listen, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. You got to give time. That's just basically what it is.
Love you,
can't,
lump lump.
You can't do anything but give time, and
tell him I
that's
said lump
exactly
lump on
how it
radio,
works. It has. Sometimes things have to sit and marinate on their own and whatnot. I get a reminder from my son and from my wife, at least once every other month or whatnot. Today, when last time you talked to your dad, or my wife sent me a picture of me and him at my cousin's wedding back in 2015, but it's all about when you're ready. And at the end of the day or whatnot, I don't think it is up to the child to have to mature in order to to
The dad has to step up.
right in order to mend that bridge. So what happens is that it's going to be
him.
him.
The father has to step up. Ooh, I gotta stop talking because I'm about to go into my joint already.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, man. Life lesson.
Life lesson for today. And it's piggybacking off of Kelly's question and period. Myself as well as you, we're brothers who, pretty much our motherfucking dad wasn't there. He wasn't in the
That
picture.
ain't a pretty much about it. Mine was not there.
He was not the fuck there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest issues in the world especially with the black community, is as males, we usually don't have our father there, who is to teach us how to be a man, how to be a leader, how to be the head of a household, how to truly be a king, how to protect, as well as every aspect of being a man.
Right.
Most, and if I'm correct, I believe, I can't think of any current values because I haven't checked them, but I'm pretty sure close to 60-something% of black males in the United States are raised without a father. And we have women trying to say, this is what a man is supposed to be, this is what a man is supposed to do. Women can't teach us how to be a man.
Right.
We, as men, have to teach our sons, our nephews, our godsons, other males. We have to teach them how. And the system, the world has been trying to separate us because of the power. If you look at, I'm going to give you a great example. Look at Steph and Seth. Now, yes, their father and mother are divorcing now, but look at them compared to your average two males raised by just a mother alone.
Right.
Okay? That's a hell of,
right.
We already have a lot against us.
Mm-hmm.
We have everything against us as black males. We have every fucking stripe against us from when we're fucking born.
Mm-hmm.
And when we ain't got a king there to help raise us, uplift us, teach us, that puts us at a farther disadvantage.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So to every male, and this is not just to the black community, this is to all communities, but us being of the black community, I have to speak for us. We're outnumbered. We're outnumbered by the women.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to step up and play our part for our children.
Right.
But when we see other young fellas, other young boys, young princes, young gentlemen in training, we have to try to help to educate them, to teach them. We have an obligation to teach them, to instill them. And yes, this generation swears that they know everything, but they don't know shit. And whenever we bump them or we address them or confront them with issues, is I don't know as the cop-out, but we can't, as much as that shit aggravates the fuck out of us, we can't give up on these young males. We have to continue to try to teach these young generation.
I want to say amen to that. And almost word for word, that last part, word for word, to my son's therapist, said that on that date when my son and his father were in an altercation, and that week followed, and you gave up on your son, that is when your son gave up on himself.
Right.
And so now my son is finally finding his way back.
Right.
To himself. Like, his grades are amazing.
Right.
He was in touch with somebody that had COVID, so they had to quarantine him. And once he was off quarantine, he was like, "Can I go back to school today? Can I go back to school today?" He is like, "I don't want to fall behind." Like,
he's waking up.
Yeah.
Right.
He's waking up and he has that drive. They all have that drive, and the whole thing is
it just has to be flipped.
From birth, we are sponges.
Yeah.
From birth, we're sponges. When we get our teenage, our eras with the puberty and our different hormones, we start smelling ourselves, as my mom used to always speak. But we're still sponges, yo. And so that's when our youth, because we have to look about society for the future. Our youth are still sponges. They're trying to be a little hard-headed, but we can't give up.
Right.
I'm fucking 41, and my motherfucking father just apologized to me about a month ago.
Right.
And we never banged almost my entire fucking life. But he also he explained part of the shit which helped me because all the anger and hate and rage and all the negative, counterproductive feelings I've been holding all these years, he fuck around and put some heat on the motherfucking ice so that shit can start melting. So that, as you were speaking earlier in the podcast, that energy, I can start giving more of that positive energy,
Right.
that productive energy, that uplifting energy. Because that shit is just fucking infectious. It's infectious. I said infectious.
That's infectious?
It's infectious.
It's infectious.
So that was like suspicious and infectious mixed together.
Yes.
All right.
yes.
That's good shit, man. That's good shit. Oh, man. Well, this has been fun.
Yes.
This has been fun.
How the shit was sweating out this motherfucker.
I know, nigga, because you preaching and whatnot. You want a pulpit? You want a Bible? You know what I'm saying? Something, listen. It's been fun. Episode 96. Shout out to Spotify listeners, Apple Podcast listeners, Google Podcast listeners, Stitcher listeners, SoundCloud listeners, Anchor listeners, Home Team.
Home team.
And the YouTube and Patreon viewers. Get with us on IG at Mr_KnowItAll_pod. Facebook fan page, the Mr. Know It All Podcast fan page, and please send us all your fuckery, duckery, and smuckery over to the Gmail account at MrKnowItAllPod@gmail.com. That's MrKnowItAllPod@gmail.com. For all the new listeners, thank you for tuning in. For all the old listeners that no longer want to listen to us, hey,
Keep
loved you while you was here. Fuck you out on your way out. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But you know. Oh, my crushing the goals thing is over there. Can you grab that without knocking anything over? Look, she about to leave with the headphones on. As Kellie Q moves.
Yo.
With the whole spandex on and everything. Oh, you done knocked some shit out. You knocked something out. I know you did.
No,
There you
we
go.
still on. I
Don't
sound
step
so
on
good.
nothing. Come on, keep coming.
Whoa.
Yup.
Whoa.
Oh, no. Pause. Jesus Christ.
You never tell a woman to pause when she's coming.
Listen. Oh, man.
You trying to get killed. You tell a woman to pause
Hold
while
it.
she's coming.
Hold it.
Woman in the middle of, that is some demon shit. I did do some shit like that.
Oh,
Like
man.
what?
I be on
You ain't
my
gonna,
demons.
you ain't gonna give me what I want?
I'm gonna do this crushing the gold thing. I had to move it out the way for the other guests that I'd be having in here. Check this out. Crush your goals.
I know we did this one.
This one is from Ray Dalio.
Yep.
Okay.
Ray Dalio. Okay.
Daddy-o.
Remember that great expectations create great capabilities. If you limit your goals to what you know, I'm sorry. Let me start it again. Remember that great expectations create great capabilities. If you limit your goals to what you know you can achieve, you are setting the bar way too low. I like that. Love it, love it, love it. But now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends.
All my cognac drinking friends.
Absolutely, and I'm a little buzzed. Love
All my
y'all
whiskey
dearly.
drinking friends.
Go
all
out
my
there,
brandy drinking friends.
have a drink, have
all
a
my
smoke,
tequila drinking friends.
have an orgasm,
all my marijuana
have a
medication.
cheesesteak. Have a cheesesteak, have a high five. Just have something and create something and
And
keep doing
Feliz
it.
Navidad, bitches.
Love you. But
Beans and burritos to all.
on behalf of myself, I'm Mr. Know-It-All.
I'm
my
your
co-host.
boy Ruffy Hendrix, bitch.
The diva.
Love y'all, but as always, you cannot forget.
You must always
remember.
And you must always
You know what you gotta remember? When we
remember if that girl. Who ya?
Wait a minute.
Crisco.
You know what? He said Frisco.
Crisco.